What's up, guys? Teddy Cornwell here. Welcome to the Underdog Talk. Something about the underdog. Today we have the man nicknamed the Goliath on the show. To be honest, I don't see anything Goliath-like about you. No, I'm just fucking with you, man. But before we get into this interview, you know I have to give this gentleman a proper Underdog Talk introduction. And now it's time for the main event of the evening. Standing in at 6 feet 3 inches, weighing upwards of 360 pounds, hailing from Las Vegas, Nevada, presenting the reigning and the undisputed heavyweight champion of the world, Craig the Golias Goliath. What is up, man? How you doing?
I love your energy, bro. What's that?
Is that dude, I love that. I can't even do it. I can do the Fonzie one, but I cannot do the Craig Goliath one. But Craig, thank you so much for being here. You know, I know you're a busy guy, but it's such an honor and privilege to have you on the Underdog Talk. Now, Craig, I have something on my mind. Before we get into this interview, I have to ask, how much does your dog weigh?
She's right here. She's 2 pounds.
And how much do you weigh currently?
I'm not sure. I haven't weighed myself in a while. I really don't know. I just got back to getting huge again, probably about the last 3 weeks.
So I guess just a lot more than her. I was just wondering. I just thought that.
Yeah. I'm going to take a guess anywhere between 325 and 340. I really don't know. I haven't weighed myself. I'm just kind of going by the mirror and making sure I stay lean this time, you know?
Damn right. And Craig, I want to start from the beginning. So I'm going to backtrack, and I'm going to shock a lot of people who didn't know, but you actually were a skinny kid like me once. And this is what drove you to start your fitness journey in 2003. So would you mind talking about why you decided to change your life and fitness and get into the fitness industry?
Yeah, no, absolutely. So, in high school, I was a stick. I was in, I wasn't really into sports or nothing. I was more into like metal bands and stuff, which nothing has changed. I'm doing that now too. I just, right after I graduated high school, around 2003, I decided I wanted to, get in the gym and try to get some, biceps, some abs to pick up chicks. I had low self-esteem and I wanted to get girls. And then, the muscle just started coming very quick. Really quick. And I was passing up all the jocks within 6 months. And, they're like, Craig, what the hell are you doing? I'm like, working out. They're like, oh, what are you eating? I'm like, nothing really. So I wasn't even doing it right, but I was in the gym training. And everything just responded really quick. And 2 years later, I'm 100 pounds bigger and natty still, that's a lot of weight in 2 years, so I think that's why I'm, more of the genetic freak type. My body wanted to put on muscle really fast.
And genetic freak you are. I mean, I was the same way when I was a skinny kid. I wanted to get the girls. I mean, who doesn't? I mean, those abs for the girls. I mean, it's a real thing.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Abs for the girls are the thing. Now, you put on 200 pounds plus over the years, and I'm going to put $1 million, which I don't have, that you have a different perspective on life now. And I also want to put another $100 that people treat you differently now. But what I want to know is both the positive and negatives of changing your life in such an extreme fashion.
Positives. The biggest positive to me is I'm able to do a career out of working out and being big. That to me is like the biggest blessing ever. I don't have a 9-to-5. I just work from my home, on my own hours, and I do pretty good. And I love that, and my biggest worries is getting to the gym every day and getting a meal in, which is what I always wanted to do, get paid off of bodybuilding. I just don't happen to compete anymore. But, being the fact that I've been 3.8% body fat, I've been shredded, I've competed, I've won a few shows. And I've been 360 pounds, that just comes to show that, like, I know what I'm doing. Therefore, I can do the coaching, and help people reach their goals, whether they want to get bigger or just shred, or maybe they're 400 pounds and they just want to be thinner, that to me is the biggest part about, my life, and being grateful for that I can just do that and not have to compete anymore.
And I mean, compete you did, as not only were you a competitive bodybuilder, you were a damn good one too, placing highly in contests like the 2010 Los Angeles Bodybuilding Championship, the Mr. and Mrs. Muscle Beach Bodybuilding and Figure Contest. Now, Craig, you've said that you're done competing, but is this a possible in the future, or was there a specific reason that you're done competing?
Honestly, I've won a couple shows. I've gotten second in a few shows, but USA's was always, a nightmare for me. It was more of like a reality that, man, I had to step it up, and I really didn't want to, I looked more forward to bulking than prepping, and that's not good when you're bodybuilding. Like, I always loved being big and off season and how big can I get? Like, so it kind of made more sense just to let the competing go and just stick to being big year round. I was always more of a fan of the off season look more than like the 3% body fat look,
Yeah. And being big, you are, and you're actually also a personal trainer.
No.
Or a coach.
Coach.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Coach. And
hence why I said work from home.
Yeah. So that makes more sense now. So you're a coach. What is one of the biggest tips as a coach that you have for someone who's looking to get into their fitness journey?
Oh, absolutely. I get this all the time. Post, and make sure you have a good look, have a great image that people can look up to you about. Like, make sure you're in shape and, you're big or you're lean or something that appeals to people that makes them want to hire you, for sure. And make sure you're posting, post. People want to see your life. That's why they're following you. If you don't want to post some old shit, but always be posting. If you go to my stories, I'm posting at least once an hour, so, make sure you're always posting and keeping everyone to date what you're doing.
Consistency is key.
Yes.
So consistency is king, as key. Now, what is your biggest tip for someone who was like you, was a skinny kid, and is looking to get into that fitness journey like you once did?
Not to be hypocritical or whatever you want to call it, get a coach. Get someone who knows what they're doing. It's not expensive, if you get the right person. It's a great investment. Get someone who knows what they're doing. You want to get bigger, have someone show you what to eat, how to train, what to take. It only makes sense. Back then I didn't have that. I had to learn everything on my own. It was hard. I had to like bug people in the gym. Dude, how do you get big? How do you get big? Back then, when I first was getting started, we didn't have the stuff we have now, so nowadays, man, you just go on Instagram, you look for your favorite bodybuilder, and they're most likely a coach. Everyone's doing it. It's like 9 out of 10 bodybuilders are coaches. So, pick your favorite, someone that you really look up to and hit them up, and they'll show you the way.
And I mean, if you guys need a good damn coach, hit the Goliath Craig up. His stuff will be in the bio. I mean, he's a top tier coach. I mean, just look at the dude. I mean, what you're going to get is going to be the real deal. So, Craig, I want to jump into your role in the movie or the documentary Big Rexia. I can't even say it. Big Rexia. I don't even know if I'm saying that right. Yeah, there you go. A tongue twister, I guess. Now, would you mind talking about how this has affected your life, and a tip that someone who is struggling with this disorder, for someone who's struggling with this disorder?
Yeah, I'm very open about it. I do have bigorexia. I'm never satisfied. I never feel huge. And a lot of people have it. They just don't admit it. And it's very, very common once you start to get in the 300 and up range, you just always want more. And you're never satisfied no matter what. Even when I was 360, I was not satisfied. It's definitely a sickness, but that's life. That's just something you have to deal with. And I was open about it, and I let them film me about it. They kind of made me look a little depressed sometimes. I didn't understand that because I was super happy, but that was their marketing idea. But I definitely haven't. I think a lot of people do, and they just don't, put it out there. But yeah, I'm never satisfied ever.
And I mean, what's your tip for, obviously it's not something that you can get necessarily rid of, but what's your tip for someone who is dealing with it on how to handle this disorder?
There's really nothing you can do to get rid of it. You just kind of have to accept it and rock it. Like if you look at my pictures, a lot of times I'm doing the out angle, making my arm look huge and making people look small. And, I kind of just, rock it, I just kind of this is me. This is what I do. You can call me a tool or you can think it's funny. I think it's a mixture of both, but it's just what I do,
And not that this might, this might even mean anything, but you're huge, man. You are the biggest person I've seen. So take that as a compliment. And I think one thing I've started learning is how key it is to be open, and more importantly, how key mental health is to the physical health attribute too, because the combination of both is what will lead to a successful person. And so many people unfortunately suffer with this disorder or body dysmorphia. I'm not going to not lie. I've had body dysmorphia as well as, again, so many people have had it. And a lot of people, and being open about it is something that at least can get it off your chest and just own it, Craig. And I think you put the nail on the head there. It's so key to be open about it. And there's so much help out there, and there's so much support in the fitness community. I will say, I think it is one of the best communities out there in terms of positivity. And Craig, you are a positive guy. So, yeah, I mean, it's something that we're all dealing with, and we got to work on to become better. So thank you for sharing that, Craig. I appreciate that. Now, finally, Craig, I want to turn into a positive light. When was the moment you realized you were that guy? You were the Goliath. People were knowing your name. When was that moment?
I actually have a story for that.
Hell yeah.
I have a great story for that. Generation Iron. They kind of changed my life. So 2016, I don't really remember the month. I'm in the gym, I'm training legs, and my phone starts to blow up. And I'm like, what the hell is going on? They're like, Craig, Generation Iron just named you the biggest freaking bodybuilding right now. You beat Rich Piana, you beat Big Ramy, you beat all these big dudes, Martin Ford, whatever. And I'm like, yeah, right. Number one, I go look, I watched the YouTube video. Number one, Greg Golias, the biggest I'm like, I remember that day, like my ex-girlfriend at the time was like, we got to go celebrate. We got to go celebrate. Like, this is big. This is your dream. And I was like, no, I just want to go home. This is just like, this is too much to take. I need to leave the gym. Like, I felt like I won the Olympia, And then I remember getting home like, okay, I'm good now. Let's go eat, But that to me was insane because between me and you, brother, I wasn't even trying to get big back then. I think it was around 320, 4 meals a day, not taking a lot of supplements, just kind of chilling like a gym rat, wasn't trying to attempt to be anything. So that's when I was like, okay, let's try. Let's see what I can really do trying. So that's when I made my journey to 350. And, I upped the calories, I upped everything, I trained harder. And that's when everyone was like watching and be like, wow, he's getting bigger and bigger and bigger. Like he wasn't even at his biggest. And that's when like a lot of people started doing all these videos on me on YouTube, like Louis Marco, RX Muscle, Dennis Jane, like all these people like wanted to start interviewing me. Like, dude, where did you come from? You're like one of the biggest guys we've ever seen. Like, and that's when stuff started happening. Then my coaching and following started going up, and next thing I know, I'm buying a house and buying cars. Like things were getting cool. Like it was all becoming worth it. So yeah, Generation Iron, claimed me as the biggest. Like that kind of changed me. I'm not gonna lie. When I saw that, it was cool to see like me like beating like all these like top people at the time. And I was just like, wow. It like opened up my eyes to really want to see how far I could take it, and go to another level.
And I mean, congratulations is due, because I think not only are you the biggest person I've ever seen. I think you're also one of the most charismatic person, in the fitness industry. You have such a great attitude, and you really are such a positive, influence in the community. So I think it was just your time to shine, and I mean, shine you did. As look at you now, you're a million follower guy. I mean, how many people can say that? So hard work pays off. And Craig, you got me thinking. Do you remember what you ate that night?
Probably some booty. Just joking. I am joking. I really don't, man. I just remember I remember wanting to celebrate and like going like all out, but then I was like, that's something a chick would do. So I think I just went to dinner, something chill, with a girl or something. But yeah, I did want to celebrate hard because I remember celebrating when I hit 100K and I went to California and we did this cool trip and that was just 100K. But yeah, no, nothing crazy. I mean, at the time, I remember, I remember I wanted to do something big when I hit a mil, but I was just like, that's kind of a chick thing. Like, I just kind of took it in and, just chilled,
Yeah, you were just it was cool. Like I hit 1 million followers, nothing big there. Fuck. Now, Craig, my final question is I've got to ask, how much protein do you consume a day? And I've seen different answers about how much protein you consume, but I want to hear from you. How many grams of protein do you consume a day?
You wouldn't even believe me. And this is why, if you guys don't believe me, hit me up for coaching. But honestly, I eat about 200 to 250 grams of protein a day. I am not a big protein guy. I'm not a big believer in protein. Protein, I mean, yes, if you're trying to get shredded, definitely way higher protein. But when you're trying to get, stay big, I'm more of a carbohydrate guy. And, that's a lot of my clients are like actually in shock, like, wow, that, that's not as much protein as I thought. I was like, I'm not a big protein guy. I'm more bigger on carbs. But yeah, right now, anywhere between 200 to 250 grams of protein a day.
You see, that makes sense. I get that. That makes sense. You're a big guy. You need the carbs to fuel. Yeah, I mean, all right, that's fair. I'm just gonna say this, everyone. Me and Craig Goliath are eating this or getting the same amount of protein. So basically, I'm as big as Craig, if we're just gonna be honest with you. But no, I'm just fucking with you, Craig. Craig, it has been one of the biggest honors and privileges on this show to talk to you. I mean, you have so much going for you, and I mean, your path is only going up. Now, Craig, I know you're a busy ass dude, but before I get you out of here, are you down for some rapid fire questions?
Sure.
Hell yeah. I don't even know if I should ask this. Favorite cheat meal?
Subway.
Ooh, I used to work at Subway. So which sub?
So I eat Subway about every other night. That's usually my rotation. I like turkey, a turkey, pepperoni, salami, extra cheese, lettuce, banana pepper, mayo.
And the bread with the carbs, that Italian herbs and cheese.
And then I'll either get a bag of chips or like a couple cookies too. All depends on my mood.
I mean, Subway's cookies just hit.
The
Subway, please sponsor Craig. I mean,
yes, please, Subway, please sponsor me.
I don't know how they haven't sponsored you yet. This is ridiculous. I will get to the bottom of this, and there will be an email to you from Subway sponsoring you soon.
If you get me a sponsorship from Subway, I'm flying you to Vegas and we're doing it up, bro, because that would make my world.
I mean, I'm going to do this. This is not something that's negotiable. All right, I'm going to put a note on my calendar after this. How many calories do you have daily? I am interested in that.
When I'm bulking, I don't count calories. So when I'm bulking, I do about 4 to 5 meals a day with a shake or two, and I try to get like 150 grams of carbs a meal. Right now, I'm not really trying to bulk. I'm just trying to like slowly get bigger. So like my carbs around 100 a meal. 4 meals right now. But when I want to pull the trigger and get these muscles bigger, rhymed. But I'll increase the carbohydrates.
All right, gotcha. And this next question, I should know the answer. Dog or cat guy?
I obviously a dog, a small dog guy.
No. And what's your dog's name, Craig?
Lala.
Oh, I thought it was gonna be like Mini Goliath or something. That'd be dope. But yeah, that's a dope name too. Favorite Enhanced Labs product?
Ooh, probably the Slim pills.
Yes. Yes, those are good. And Big Rammy's pre-workout is gas too. If I have to say that. It is really damn good. They make some good products, so
Yeah, they have great products. Absolutely.
and they have great athletes, so great brand. These last two are the big questions on the Underdog Talk. Now, I don't know why I'm asking you this. Talk like Rocky for the rest of your life, or have to box Rocky in his prime. Um, which one, Craig?
Ooh, I like these. These are fun questions. Probably box them because I don't want to accent the rest of my life. That would suck.
Yeah, and you know who did the most crazy Rocky impression? Sylvester Stallone. I was about to do it, but I remembered I sounded like an idiot when I did it, so I will not be doing that. Craig, are you when you put your toilet paper, are you a pull down guy or a pull up kind of guy?
Pull down.
Yes, 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 yes. Agreed. Final question: pull ups or chin ups?
I don't do either because I'm huge.
I figured that. Honestly,
I could do pull ups.
Okay. All right. That's the right answer. I mean, I can't do any either. So we're equal again on that, Craig. I can't do any, and you're just too big to do
No,
them. So,
I could do them. I could do like anywhere between 8 to 12 reps.
fuck. I can't do any, and you can do 8 to 12 reps. Fuck.
Yeah.
But Craig, it has been such an honor and privilege. Before we go, is there anything you want to plug? Where we can find your coaching? Where we can find your codes? Where we can just find your content?
Instagram. If you guys are interested in coaching, send me a DM. Mention this YouTube. I'll throw a better deal. F it, right? Mention this. I'll throw a better discount.
And if anyone is fucking watching and they know the CEO of Subway, I will be working on my own time. But if anyone knows them, spam them. Sponsor Craig the fucking Goliath. Make it happen. Something about the Underdog. It will happen. But from one big dog and a small dog, Underdog out.
Peace.